Om Shanti. In case you are wondering, I'm not Sharona. I think you can see it. She apologizes, but she's not well physically. And anyway, you have many activities with her. She'll be one of the people in charge of the silence retreat just before Baba. So you see her a lot. So what we are going to do now is like half an hour, 45 minutes of some group discussion, of talking, and then we'll have some powerful meditation. All translators are okay there? Yeah? Traductores bien? Russian? Okay, Russian is there. No? Problems with Russian? Okay. Brothers, Suresh, can you? There is problem with translation in Russian. And the only word I know is spasiba. So, dobre utro, that's it. All my Russian. Is it okay now? No, okay. FM is not okay. If you can move to headsets, that would be a big help. Okay? Okay now. Yes? Sasha? Okay. So I think all of us have been thinking about the Dadini Malashanta, isn't it? Yes or not? Oh, Polish still, no translation? We have to wait a little bit. We are waiting. So Dadini Malashanta, that's easy. Polish, Dadini Malashanta. Okay. So we are waiting for Polish. No? Mari? Yes? No one there? Okay, now it's there. Okay, great. So all translators are okay, positioned. So again, was everyone thinking about Dadini Malashanta today? Yes? She has a book, you know there is a book about her. If you haven't seen, please go and take a look. A very good book with stories about her life. I know it's in Spanish. I guess it is also in other languages. And it's very worthwhile. But I was remembering a class. And in that class, there was a kind of a story. And I heard that story in two different versions. I heard from the source, which was Dadi Ji, Dadi Kumarko, Dadi Prakashmani. She told that story many years ago, but very briefly, very quick. And Denise Ben, she told the same story a little longer. And the story was related to someone who asked Dadi Ji how to become a daddy. So I ask you, how can you become a daddy or dada? And it's a very interesting question because all of us, we are in this pathway, in this big road towards perfection. And all of us, we want to be perfect before leaving the body. So we want to improve, we want to enhance ourselves, we want to have such a yoga that we can make our thoughts just like our actions, so there are no obstacles on the way. I think all of us want a life where our relationships are beneficial to both sides. I think all of us here want to understand drama so clearly that we are not shaken no matter what. Just like Ram Prakash this morning. He was mentioning about the Twin Towers. So all of us, we want to become like a daddy, you know? Of course, our aim is Brahma Baba. He's the big example. But towards that aim, I think daddy is, being a daddy, being a dada, is like a very interesting station, a very interesting point where we have to reach, all of us. So Daddy G, she was explaining how she became a daddy. And for that, you have to know a little Hindi, and I know very little. But the little Hindi I know is that Daddy G, she used to be called, and now Daddy Jank is called like that, Bari Daddy. Bari Daddy? The Hindi wallahs here? Yeah. So Bari means older. Bari means also big, right? Big, senior. Daddy senior, that's normally the translation to English. And there is a sweet, bara. It's not a sweet, in fact, savor, no? Savor. So bara is savor, and Daddy was comparing to be Bari Daddy. For that, you have to become bara, you have to become big. To become bara means to become that food. And she was giving a very quick Indian recipe. So I don't know if my sisters here, if anyone knows how to do bara, but what she told us was that you have to leave dal soaking, right? In cold water, because that's normally done during winter time or something like that, or it was winter when she explained. So she said that you have to leave the dal soaking in very cold water. So that's how you become daddy. You have to be soaked in cold water. Do you like the idea of being soaked in cold water? But that's the first step. Second step, what you have to do with the dal? You have to grind, right? You have to grind. So second step to become daddy, you have to be ground. So do you still want to become daddy? Don't stop there. Bear with me. The third step they do, then they thing there, they do like Italy. It's like Italy, okay? So they do that kind of little bread. And now they fried. They fried in very hot oil. That's the third step to become daddy. Fried in very hot oil. When it's very fried, then they go and soak again, first, now in cold yogurt. And the fifth step, so you are eaten up. Of course, when you tell that story, some people say, ugh, I really don't want to be like that. That's not the life I want. So a few years ago, I was in Ecuador. Ecuador is a tiny country in South America. You know the Ecuador, the line of Ecuador passed through that country. And there is a town, a city called Guayaquil, where we have a center. So in Guayaquil, there is a small group of Sindhi people there. And one of them is Kamla Ben, who is a BK from Bombay. So she goes there from time to time. She's there right now, in fact. And Kamla Ben, when she goes, the thing she likes most, helping Baba, is cooking. She's one of the best cooks I know. So she served bara one day for me. So I told the story of how you do bada, no? And I asked her, did you do all of that? And she smiled and said, no, brother, I just bought ready-made, in the supermarket. I just bought I think the powder, so there was no all of those steps, so it was much easier. And I thought that perhaps we can't, and perhaps we don't even have the time to go through all that process. When you see the dad's lives, when you see the ancestors' lives in general, and tomorrow will be a day for the ancestors, what you see is that what they went through is really amazing, is really incredible. I mean, what they have to face. I was thinking that it's incredible how the world doesn't know much about our daddies, because I mean they are incredible, really. They went through poverty, they went through situations. Daddy Jack, she had to even sleep on the floor. Daddy Nimalashanta, she had to fix cars. And other daddies, like here, they Pushpa Daddy, there is a story on how she had to paint the walls, and she painted with her own hands because she didn't have a brush. And it was something that burned the hands. I don't remember the name in English. So it is really, really incredible how they came to India, and some of them didn't even speak much Hindi, and still they were able to do all of this we see here. God is behind. We know all of that. But still, it's incredible, their lives, their dedication, their surrender, how they were soaked in cold water, how they were ground, how they were fried, and how they were soaked again to be eaten up. It's really wonderful. But we don't have that time, probably. Some of us who have been more years in Gyan, we have that experience, I think. I think all of us can remember a point where you are ground alive, your ego was ground, or your desires were ground. We probably remember some point when we were fried in hot oil. So the situations were so strong. When we have to even be eaten up by others, and then we had to become humble and great at the same time. But I think would prefer to find a quick way, a way that we don't need to go through all that process, a way when we can reach that point. And this is why Baba put so many examples in front of us. I was feeling that even so we don't know many of our seniors, daddies, dadas, and they are less and less available for us because of time, their own bodies, situations. Still, they are examples. And we have to learn the art of following those examples. Again, Brahma Baba is the main example. Again, even when we are following some daddy, we are not following her, we are following Brahma Baba. Only thing is that it's like Brahma Baba is in a mirror space, a space full of mirrors. So perhaps we don't see him directly, we see him through mirrors. Recently there was this class where Baba said we shouldn't follow any brother, any sister. And I think we all agree with that. I think all of us had very bad experience in following someone else, right? But if you follow someone thinking that that person is a reflection, a reflex of Baba, so things are different. And I was just thinking on how we can go through this shortcut of perfection, allowing us to follow those footsteps, allowing us to follow those examples because it's harder and harder to follow someone else's example. Mm. It's harder and harder because we don't see them much, or our own ego doesn't allow us to follow that example, that Shrimat, that Maryada, that greatness. So we don't have to be eaten up, we don't have to be fried in hot oil because we are prepared in advance. We are ready-made, so it's very easy. So the idea now is that I don't know if you have someone of your own language beside you, but if you don't have, you can do this little exercise by yourself, is to think how will be my stage of perfection as a Brahmin. Okay, we'll be angels one day. And I guess all of us, again, have experienced to be an angel at some point. But the image of angel, of a pair of wings, etc. So just imagine that you are an angel, but then one day you wake up and one of your wings is like broken down. And the other wing is very dirty. You are an angel, but then sometimes you take off the pair of wings to do something else. So it will take some time to be that angel, but still, remember that the 5 forms Baba told us at some point. Sister Jayant was reminding us the other day in a class. One of the forms is a Brahmin. And of course, we will have that moment when we feel, wow, this is a wonderful life. And I think many of you are going through that moment already. But imagine that moment is not a moment, it's days. Imagine it's not days, it's months. Imagine, visualize and experience it's not months, years. Years of feeling this is a wonderful life and a continuous wonderful life. So the idea now is for 5 minutes to get in touch with your own self. And let me ask myself, how will I be when I am Bara, when I am that perfection, when I reach that point? How will I be? How will be my face, for instance, when circumstances happen? How will be my relationship with others? Which will be the virtues in the actions? How will be myself when I face obstacles, when I have some serious illness, when I have issues of relationships or even money or whatever problem I have? How will I be in that point, but not a point, a situation where I am that Brahmin form Baba talks about. I am that soul where when Maya doesn't even come to my mind, Maya doesn't come not even in my dreams, that point will come for all of us here, no exception. So how will I be? Is it okay? Clear? Yeah? Fine? 5 minutes. Just think about, write. And if you have someone you want to talk about, talk. But only 5 minutes. 5 minutes, and don't use too much imagination. Just get in tune with yourself. Just go deep inside yourself. Talk to yourself. Even when you are talking to another person, talk to yourself first. And ask yourself, what will be that perfection, that perfect stage I will reach at some point? I will be at that point. And for all of us who have been Nirmala Shantadadi at the last few years, and you have seen that image of purity, she was like walking purity, you know? She was like very big light. There was so much light from her. I think we all know what that means, that stage where your eyes your words, your thoughts are all expressing something wonderful, great. 5 minutes, but you can start. Don't just think, try to write, try to talk. Don't just think about that. Try to draw your future state. 2 minutes more. And go very deeply inside yourself. Just let that remembrance from the last kalpa, the last cycle, comes up again. The last cycle, we all reach that point. We're all perfect Brahmins at some point. No obstacles, no wasteful thoughts, no negative thoughts, only purity, only knowledge, only powers, peace. We are able to serve just with people looking at us without words. Just remember that point in the last cycle we all reached. Now, out of those points you wrote or you thought about or you talked about, choose the easiest one. Let's say you think of yourself as a pure Brahmin, or you think of yourself as a soul who is very sweet in all relationships. Or let's say you thought of your perfect form as someone who can do service without any bondage ever. So choose the easiest, the thing that you can reach very fast because you are already working on that or because you are seeing that comes towards you. So choose out all of the things you talked about, you thought or you written about. Just choose one, just one. Now, I would like to hear that one. I think all of us would like to hear that one. So there is a mic here. And we'd like a few people at least to share that one point that you think you can reach and you think it's the easiest one. So I know that some people will feel like, oops, I won't reveal my secret to everybody, but we are in a family. And it will be interesting and it will be very inspiring if other people is talking about something I'm also trying to do. I'm also working on that. So anyone wants to come here and share that one point which is easiest to reach that point of perfection in terms of Brahmin life? Anyone? Difficult? I can start myself, I guess. One sister is coming. She's coming. So my point, until she comes here, is purity. It's something that I really appreciate in these souls that I have seen, Dadi Ji, now Nirmala Shanta Dadi. That point of total purity. And that's the point I feel it is the easiest in terms that I'm already working on that. So let's see. Your name and country, please. Speak.
Sorry, my name is Daksha, and I'm from UK, and I've been in knowledge for ever since I was a young Kumari, and I've always been attracted to purity. The moment I came into Gyan as a small Kumari, the purity, the vibrations of purity, and I remember Baba's words that no matter how true words you speak, the truth is that you're only true when you have purity. You know, you can say true, that I have spoken truth, but purity is truth. And for me, I think to reach the 16 degrees celestial, complete like Lakshmi Narayan, I think for me it's going to be purity. And I think that will help me really, that is the first thing that we need to become, because golden age, there is no trace of even the slightest trace of purity in golden age, impurity in golden age. So we have to, in our words, in our vision, our vibrations, everything should be so pure. And that is the goal that is going to make easy for me to reach, to become Bapsaman like Brahma Baba. Om Shanti.
Thank you very much, Daksha. Anyone else? Good. Anyone else? Come. If someone wants to come, please sit in these sofas here, and introduce yourself, name.
Om Shanti. I'm Novi from Indonesia, Bali. The stage is love.
Love.
Love. When we have pure love for Baba especially, we can have love to all souls. Even though they have bad thing or negative thing, we just see they with the age, with the glasses of speciality. So the first is love.
Thank you.
Just that, and thank you.
Very much. Anyone of other language? You can come if you bring a translator. Anyone else? A brother? Please, some brother. Nobody? Okay. Now what we are going to do is, we are going to do some meditation. So I'll ask the brothers to put some soft music and red light. And the idea is that we are going to experience that factor or that aspect. We are going to have an experience on that. Very deep experience. So ask the translators to stay there for this time. And just go very deep inside yourself. Let me just see myself in that Brahmin form. Let me see my Brahmin form in the action. Let me see one day of that form. One day when everything is solved, when confluence age is an age where everything happens magically. Baba is by my side all the time. And I see myself waking up, doing Amritivela, I see myself in the Murli class, at work, with my relatives and friends. I hear my voice. I hear the virtues I express along with my voice. I see the power in my eyes. At the end of one day, I feel I had so much accomplishment, so many attainments. Now, I'm coming back to this moment, and I see myself tomorrow waking up, and I see that perfection already here. I see my eyes, I see my body coming out of bed. I can see my thoughts remembering Baba. I can feel that vibration. I see myself tomorrow in Amritvela. I feel the power that comes from myself because I am combined with Baba. It's not something far away, it's tomorrow. I see myself doing Murli, the dharana, the assimilation of the words of the Murli. The perfection on how the points of the Murli help me to overcome any obstacle. any wasteful thought. And in fact, I didn't have any wasteful thought. No negative thoughts, only pure, elevated thoughts, feelings, very pure feelings. Can I see myself tomorrow? Tomorrow, Saturday, here in Madaba? Can I see myself not being affected by anything? Oh, the things will be there. There will be situations. No hot water in the shower. Your roommate who is doing too much noise. You can't find something you lost. Oh, there will be situations. Situations are there. They don't stop coming. Perfection doesn't mean in this Brahmin life that situations are perfect. They are perfect. In a way, they teach us. They allow us to use our powers and virtues. So during the Murli, Baba is giving me those points, and I'm learning very quickly. I'm assimilating it. The points are becoming part of myself. Just feel it. And I'm going for breakfast. The food, I remember Baba, my friends, my brothers, my sisters, they are around me. And there is so much joy, peace, happiness, tolerance, patience, greatness. I'm great. I'm a great soul. And then tomorrow, during the day, many hours, 10 hours, 20 hours, I see myself in the screen of my mind, smiling, with eyes full of power, with a mind full of peace, happiness, greatness, and Baba just by my side. Again, situations will come. You miss your bus. Something will happen or another. Illnesses. But I see my face not changing. I see I'm learning. Every situation is a friend of mine. Every situation is a teacher of mine. The relationship with Brahmins, how I can see the power in those Brahmins, how I can experience the joy of having such a family. All the day, the whole day. And then night comes. And I feel that greatness tomorrow. I feel that at night, everything that happened was so perfect. I feel thanks from the heart to Baba, because he brought me here. He brought me to this Brahmin life. He embraces me. He takes me to his lap. I feel thanks to my family, because every Brahmin around me, they are my friends. They are my teachers. I feel thanks to drama, to life, because I'm here. I'm in this land of blessings. I am here. And I see myself going to sleep. I see my body laying down, but I see the soul flying towards Baba, towards Baba's arms, like an angel that one day I will be. Because today I'm choosing to be that Brahmin. That Brahmin who came here to serve the world, as Baba said in the last Murli. The Brahmin who was born for that. I'm becoming that Brahmin who is just serving and serving. And let me hold on that experience. Let me hold those feelings inside for some minutes, just in silence. Let's keep our stage like that. Let's keep the lights like that also. Red lights? Huh? Okay. But can you, can you leave red lights, please? Please. Wow. Was it wow now? Did you feel the vibration? Feel yes or not? Who felt the vibration? Da. See. Now I'll give you some news that will test that perfection. That is not coming tonight. So this is our first trial. According to the drama, Dad is in Pandav Bhavan, in fact. She is having their meditation. Thank you, Mohit. So she's not coming, so what we are going to do now is we are going to have tapasya until 7:30. Then we go for our dinner and we go to Baba's lab tonight so that we can have that perfection, that perfect Brahmin form experienced right now. So we're going to have a little bit of logistic here. The translators can come down also to take some benefit, but remain in that stage. Don't come out of the stage. Nowadays, when Brahmins see that something is happening, they move. I meditate. Oh yeah, now I don't need to meditate anymore. No, let's keep that stage going on. Things will go around. We have to change this chair, sofa. You know how things are. But just remain in that stage, and we are going to meditate until 7:30. Om Shanti.